Hi everyone, it's Dr. Jones, and in this video, we're going to look at Google Workspace using add-ons in Gmail. So remember that Google Workspace allows us to have lots of different options to run our business as well, or to utilize them in any capacity that works for you personally or creating some type of business interactions. So we're going to look at how do we include add-ons to the Google Workspace Marketplace so that it helps us create and do things more efficiently. So I'm going to click here on my Gmail, and my Gmail allows me to have lots of fun things that I can do, of course, to receive and send emails. But in addition, over here on the right-hand side is something called the side panel. That side panel hosts a variety of different add-ons. You can also add in what we call Google extensions that also integrate with Google as well. Extensions you often see up here on the upper right-hand side in your address bar. So for instance, the technology that I'm using now called Loom, L-O-O-M, is a Google extension, and it shows up here in my upper right-hand side where I can utilize it to record videos like this. The add-on section allows me to integrate third-party tools into the Google Workspace. So for example, Zoom. We all know that Zoom has been wonderful and is a great way to have video conferencing. Now, you can also in Google utilize Google Meet. But Google and Zoom have a good relationship, so you can also utilize the Zoom platform. So if you click here, let me just show you, I added on Zoom for Google Workspace. And what that means is it allows me to integrate Zoom into my Gmail account and for my team members to have the same. So when I open it up here, you'll see that it says Zoom for Google Workspace. It has my Zoom account. And I have a couple of different options here. The first is I can start my personal meeting right here from my Gmail account and not have to leave my screen. Also, you can see that I've got a couple of meetings that are happening today. As I'm working or doing my responding to emails, I can simply just hit start here when it's time for me to start my meeting. Now, I can also come down. So let's say, for instance, I have an email that I am reading. And I'm like, gosh, that would be really cool for us to connect. So like, let's look here at an email from Jennifer. Okay. This is from one of my clients that is in Cabarrus County. If this actually happened in the past, but if this was to be coming up, I could click here on schedule a meeting based on the email topic that has been sent. And I can automatically hit the schedule meeting and it will schedule the meeting for us to connect, all right here in my Gmail account. So how do I do that? How do I add in these add-ons? There's two ways. The first is down here at the bottom of your side panel, there's a plus symbol. When you click on that plus symbol, it's going to bring up the marketplace where you can choose from all the different third-party options. So you'll notice here that I've got Zoom, it's already installed. I could also just do Zoom for Gmail. But if I do it for the entire workspace, it means I can utilize it in any of the platforms that I'm in. Now, if you're a Trello user, you could add in Trello, or you saw that I also have Slack integrated here as well. Now, the second way to do this is to come up to your menu option with your three little, it's actually 9 dots that you see, the Google Apps section. And you can scroll down here to see more from Google Workspace. Remember, there's always more than one way to integrate this information. Then you can just make a decision on what it is that you would like to integrate into your work. So it could be Asana, Copper CRM. It could be Zapier. Zapier is really great for being able to create connections between two different platforms. It could be Smartsheet. Let's just include Smartsheet, which is a way for us to create our own emails with utilizing this. Like we create like emails and attachments. We can add in rows and create a worksheet out of it. So I've got two options here. If I decide that I want to install Smartsheet for Gmail to my entire team, I can click on admin install. Because remember, Google Workspace is meant for you and team members. Or you can do an individual install. So I'm just going to do an individual for right now. I'm going to hit continue. It's going to ask me, make sure I'm in my right account. It's going to ask that I allow it to have access to my information. And then I'm going to hit continue. Done. So what should happen now is when I return back to my email, let me refresh it so that it will populate. Over there on the right-hand side in my side panel, I should then get the option to have the spread. There it is. My smart sheet has been installed. And now I can utilize that as an add-on to my work. So when I click here, it's going to click on Smart Sheet, and it's going to begin to ask me, add emails and attachments directly to this. And then it helps me start to create and understand the data that's happening in my email. I need to log in, but we'll stop here for a moment. Now, if I decide that I don't want this anymore, because sometimes that happens, that can happen, I'm going to click here on my settings, and I'm going to go to See All Settings. And then you're going to see an option that says add-ons. In that add-ons, if I decide that I don't want it, I simply hit here on manage. And I could do this in a variety of different ways. And you'll see that I just installed it. So I'm actually going to do options uninstall. And it's now going to remove it from my add-on section. So you could always add something. Like I added in something where I thought it was going to be really helpful in creating templates for an email, and it just didn't work the way I wanted it to. So I just took it off, and that's okay. You can take them on and off. I will say that the Dropbox option for me has been fantastic. The Zoom and utilizing Slack. I will show you the Slack option here. If I come down and I've got an option, let's see here, that shows, going to look for, here we go, our Lowe's approval. So right now we are looking to raise some money for my nonprofit. In doing so, I could take this email and send it directly to Slack to my board members who I talk with on a regular basis on Slack, because I don't necessarily need them in my Gmail account. And I can find them on Slack and send them this email directly from my Gmail, not having to leave the Gmail platform at all. So those are some really cool, great things that you can do as terms in regards to doing add-ons for your Gmail account. All right, I hope you'll have some fun and you can explore and find something really cool that you want to add on to your Gmail account. And let's see how it helps you work smarter and faster. Thanks, everybody. See you in the next video.